So what we have here is this, guys, okay? Find the following values for the following expressions, okay? So the first thing we gotta do is put in force. So what do we get, Kenny? 2 times 4, 3 times minus 1 minus 2. Are we happy enough with 8? Oh yeah, sorry, it's 8 minus 3 minus 2, which is going to be equal to what? It is 3. Equals 3. Next thing. A squared. What's a squared? 4 squared minus b squared plus 4. It's going to be 16 plus 1 plus 4, which will get me 21. Anybody else get 21? Guys, it's just a matter of like looking up, and you can just type it onto the calculator. You can just say, look, that's 4 squared plus minus 1 squared plus 4 is your 21 right there, okay? What about the next one? A plus 2b, whatever a is, plus 2 times whatever b is, all over 2. So what's a and b again? A is 4 and b is minus 1. Then all we gotta do, press the fraction button first. Bracket 4 plus 2 bracket minus 1, all divided by 2. Answer is 1. Everybody right with that? Okay. Multiply x plus 4 by x minus 6. Anybody remember how to do this? Go on. What you get? Oh yeah, you can do it that way as well. 2 ways. So what Ben's going to do is he's going to split this bracket in half. And he's going to get, what you say, x bracket? Yeah. Plus 4. X minus 6. And after that? X squared minus 6x, yeah. Yeah. And after that? Yeah. Well done. Some other people might have tried it this way. Just x squared minus 6x plus 4x minus 24. And then x squared. What's minus 6 plus 4? So a lot of mistakes. Yeah, a lot of people would say minus 10, but it's not. It's like you owe somebody €6. It's like you owe somebody €6 and you pay them back 4. You still owe them €2. So just be careful with that. Either way, it's the same answer, isn't it? Same answer either way. Okay. Now, there are 4 terms below. 3 of them have a common factor other than 1. What will divide 4? There are 4 terms below. 3 of them have a common factor other than 1. Underline the 3 terms. So, oh yeah, common factor is 3 and y, isn't it? 3y can be taken out of all 3 of them. So everybody understand that factor is, can you divide it by a number that will divide into all 3 of them? 3y. No, it has to be a number that will divide into it. So it's like 3xy is the same thing as 3y multiplied by x. 6ay is the same thing as 3y multiplied by 2a. And finally 9y is the same thing as 3y multiplied by 3. The common thing is that we can break them up into 3y every time. Is that alright? Now, we're going to make it the next one. What can we take out? Took out 4, so what's in the brackets? Yeah, after that? Plus 2y minus 3z. 3z, yeah. Is what you meant, yeah. Now, the next one. What can we take out the first 2? A bracket. Yeah, minus 2. The next one after that? 3 bracket b minus 2. And in the brackets down here? A plus 3 and b minus 2. Everybody alright with that? Now, the reference number, lads. What do we automatically do straight away? When you see a quadratic equation, that's an x squared followed by a x followed by another number. You put an x and an x, okay? Now here's the interesting part. Alright guys, so what we have next is this. Reference number is plus 6. Now this is the interesting part, right? Plus 6 can either have 2 pluses or 2 minuses, okay? 2 pluses or 2 minuses, okay? Now Charlie rightfully had a go at that, and he goes, look, if I used plus 6 minus 1, isn't that right? You'd get 5 in the middle, isn't that correct? So they add together to give you 5, however, they don't multiply to give you minus 6, so you chose the wrong numbers. It has to pass 2 tests. It passed the adding test, but didn't pass the multiplication test. So can anybody think of another 2 numbers that might work? What did you say? Minus 3 and? Plus 3 plus 2. Okay. When you add them together, they give you 5. When you multiply them together, they give you plus 6. That's important. Everybody alright with that? What about the next one? B squared minus 16. It's the same as this here. And then you get b plus 4 and... Now, how would you check if you're right? B squared minus 4b. Then that one. And then finally 4 by minus 4. And what happens to the 4b's? And are you left with the same thing? You're left with b squared minus 16, which is what we had at the very beginning. Okay? To make a question like that, do you understand how I design a question like that? Can anybody tell me what 1 squared is? 1 by 1. 1. 2 by 2. 3 by 3. 4 by 4. 16. 7 by 7. 49. I could use... Now, pick a letter, any letter, Russian. C. C squared minus, pick any number from that list. Different one than the one we just used. 49. What's the answer to that? You used the letter C, so C plus 7 and... Because the 7 squared made the 49. Barry, pick a letter, any letter. Q. Q squared minus, pick any number we haven't used yet on this little list here. I can give you a squared is 64 or 11 squared is 121. What would you like to use? 64. What's the answer to that question, Barry? And you're using Q's. See how easy it is to make one of those questions? You just pick one of those ones and you just pick any letter you want and you can make your own question. Okay. Now 11. Jane set Molly a word problem. If I multiply a number by 7 and add 4, the result is the same as multiplying the number by 3 and taking 8. Molly starts by writing this. Do you know what that means? 7 times your number and then add 4. How do you write down 3 times your number, then take away 8? 3 times your number? X. X is your number. 3 times X. Take away 8 after when you're done? Yeah. They equal each other, don't they? Where's the key words? Where does it say they equal each other? The same as means equals. And then you write down the other equation. So what do we have here now, guys? 3x this way and 4 that way. And what do we get? Nope. Take them away. I'll say plus 4x equals minus 12. Divided by 4? Minus 3. How many people got that? After that, guys, solve this equation. What's the reference number? Minus 10. Now, guys, this is a solve question. What does a solve question mean? You won't be happy until you see this. Anything. Could be anything. Oh, no, it's a box. We don't know yet. Oh, sorry. Well, yeah. Okay, good call, Aaron. You're right. Reference number minus 10, Aaron. Two numbers that will multiply to give you minus 10, but will add to give you what? What do they have to add to give you? They have to multiply to give you minus 10. Okay, they add to give you the yellow part, but they multiply. Sorry, they add to give you the yellow part, but they multiply to give you the green part. Okay, so give me two numbers. Minus 5 plus 2. Did you say plus 5 plus 2? Okay, fair enough. So x minus 5 and x plus 2. What's the next step after that? Five equals 0, x plus 2 equals 0. Then after that? Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good, isn't it? Now, just out of interest, if I gave you a part C and I said verify your answer, what does that mean? You go backwards. No, that's forming the equation from the answer. Uh, Nearly, okay. Oh, there we go. Substitution. Verify your answer means when you put in either value for x, you only choose one of them now. What will happen is the equation will balance. You'll get 0 equals 0. This only happens for x equals 5 and x equals 2. Any other numbers won't do this. So we try 5, okay? And what do we get? 25 minus 15 minus 10. We get 25 minus 25. What do you think about that? 0 equals 0. It's definitely the right answer. Okay? Does everybody know what verify means now? Do you want to take a quick note that if it says verify, plug in the answer and make sure the equation balances. Okay, 3x minus 5 is a bigger number than minus 2. What numbers will work for x? 5 over the other side, what happens? 3x is greater than minus 2 plus 5. 3x is greater than equal to 3. X is greater than equal to, divide both sides by 3, 1. Now, x element n, what does that mean? It means whole numbers bigger than 0. So these answers count 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go on forever, can't you? So look, we might as well put an arrow that we're going on forever. All the numbers that are bigger than 1. Anybody get that out? Okay. What happens if I change the question to this? What happens if I got rid of the equal sign at the start of the question? What would the answer change to? Would the 1 be included? If it's bigger than 1, it can't be equal to 1. Exactly. But it is equal to 1, so therefore we have to include the 1. But if there's no line underneath the greater than sign, you don't include it. Okay? John and Gemma play a new computer game called Benga. John scores 2 Bengas minus 3 penalties. He scores 7 points. This is an important question because you're going to come across something similar to it. Okay? So, Gemma scored 5 Bengas minus 5 penalties for 20 points. Make an equation to represent your score. Okay, can everybody agree that your score, just in English, your score is determined by the number of bengas, yeah, the number of bengas you got multiplied by the points per benga. Do you understand? If you it's like wins versus losses or something like that. So the number of bengas you get is like the number of goals you get. You get a certain amount of points for each goal. Would you agree with that? So the number of bengas you get multiplied the points, that says points per benga. And then what do we have to take away from that score? Number of penalties multiplied by points per penalty. Okay, to do these type of questions, alright, what you should do is make up your own number system for a minute. Okay, so as an example, Aaron, alright, say give me how much a benga is worth. Give me a small number between 2 and 5 somewhere. 3. One benga is worth 3 points. Is that right? Now, give me the point for a penalty. How many points do you lose for a penalty? Give me a number smaller than 3 though. 2. Now, as an example, Aaron, if you scored 7 bengas, how many points do you get? 7 multiplied by 3. You gave away 5 penalties though. What do I need to do to adjust that score? Minus 2 by 5. Your 5 penalties multiplied by your 2 points per penalty. That's what he's doing here. Look at it. How many bengas did he score in the first part? 2 bengas, right? 2 multiplied by x. X is the point per benga. How many penalties did we give away? 3. That makes your score smaller. That's why we're taking away our points for our 3 penalties. The answer is 7. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm just doing this one here, the one that's already given to you. See, if I understand how he gets this one here, I can understand how to get the next one. Okay, so go for it, Ryan.
The way I did it was that I did what your score was, so I did 5x minus.
Okay, Ryan's right. 5 bengas is 5 of them multiplied by the points per benga. Take away 5 penalties, which is minus for how many points? 20. Use simultaneous equations to find the number of points for a benga and the number of points for a penalty. So 2x minus 3y equals 7 equals 20. Now, pick a letter to get rid of. Pick one of the letters to get rid of. Y, okay, we'll go for Y. Are they currently getting rid of each other? They'd add to give you minus 8, wouldn't they? Can anybody think of a number that 3 and 5 will divide into? 15, isn't it? So how do I turn 3 into 15? Multiply by 5, right?
Oh yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
Sorry,
By 5. And the bottom one by 3. Now there's a problem here. You'll get minus 15y and you'll get another minus 15y. Will they cancel each other? So what happens if I multiply the bottom one by minus 3? What would happen then? Positive 15. Then they would cancel. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply the top one by 5 and the bottom one by 3. So 5 times 2x. You alright, Kenny? 5 times 3y minus 15y. 5 times 7 35. Yes?
I know where you wrote down what you were talking about. Should you do that in a test?
Yeah, it'd be a good idea. Multiply by minus 3 minus 15x minus 3 times minus 5y. That's what we're looking for. And then finally minus 3 times 20. Then what happens next? 15y minus 15y plus 15y. Cancel. 10x minus 15x. 35 minus 60. Minus 25. Multiply both sides by minus 25, yeah? X equals 5. Now here's the interesting part, guys. We still have to find out how much the penalties are worth. Any idea how to do that?
You put 5 in for the x's are.
Choose either equation. You can choose either equation and replace 5 for x. So what's 2 times 5?
10.
So this player, John, he got 10 points for his Bengals, and then he gave away 3 penalties, and the answer was 7. Bring the 10 over the other side, and it becomes a minus 10 minus 3y equals minus 3. Then y equals, oh sorry, 3y equals 3. Multiply both sides by minus 1. Then divide both sides by 3. Y equals 1. Can anyone in the class tell me what does verify the solution mean? Check that it works for either John or Gemma's score.
Like for this one though, if you're verifying it, can you just use it for the second one?
You can use either equation.
No, but I'm saying to verify.
That's what I'm saying. To verify it, what you have to do is you have to check it out for either score.
Yeah.
So the first person got 2 Bengals, which is 2 times 5. She gave away 3 penalties. That's 10 minus 3 equals 7. 7 equals 7. Our score system works for Gemma. John got 5 Bengals, but he gave away 5 penalties. He got 25 points for his Bengals, minus 5 points for his penalties. Does it balance? 20 equals 20. We have the correct point scoring system here. Okay guys, so we're going to join the horse, and we can see it's a straight line. If the pattern continued, what would the horse worth in 2011? In 2011 it'd be worth what, guys? Yeah. It'd be worth €300. Everybody agree with that? Now there's another way of doing it. It started off at 500, then it was worth 450, 400, 350, 300. You could do it that way as well. What type of sequence is that? It's a linear sequence. Okay. Now, how much does the horse lose in value each year? €50. Melissa will sell the horse when it reaches a value of €200. If the pattern continues, in what year will she sell the horse? That's 250, isn't it? That one is 200. So 2013. Is that the question done? Oh wait. James bought a horse for €700 in 2007. If his horse loses value at a constant rate, it was worth €100 in 2011. Mark these 2 points on the graph. So the 2 points I want are 700 in 2007, 700, and what's the other one? 2011, 100. Okay, so these are the points I need. Okay, let's try this out. So 2007, it's worth yeah, 2011, 100. What can you tell me about this horse compared to the last one? Depreciates quicker, doesn't it? He starts off more expensive, but it just loses its value really quickly. When are both horses worth the same amount? No, when are they worth the same amount as each other? They're worth €400 in 2009. They're both worth €400, where the two lines hit each other. Okay, 2009, and they're worth €400. Louise examines the graph and says, looking at the slopes of the lines, I can tell which horse loses value faster. Explain in your own words what Louise means. What does she mean? How do we know that the red line, the red horse, it loses value quicker than the black one? It's a steeper negative slope. Yeah, the line is steeper. Okay, good point. So anybody else have anything to add to that?
Each year, it decreases more than the other boys.
Each year it loses.
It loses more value than the other boys.
This is shown on the graph as a steeper slope. Do you agree with that? It's a steeper slope. That shows you that you're losing more value. Okay, and we're done.